Hello and welcome to NAB, where we're diving deep into the intersection of AI and media and entertainment, where real value is being driven out of the connection of the data with the AI and bringing new and interesting services to help people go faster and further with that. I'm really excited to be joined by Steph, who's the global lead for media and entertainment, solutions architects, also gaming and something else. Sports, everything.
Look, I went for word count here. So it's the global leader of solution architecture for media, entertainment, games, and sports. And it's a mouthful. So.
It is, but it's really important because you're seeing across industries and how things are really being driven by the advancements. Let's face it, every week there's something new going on in your world and going on in the AI world and in the AWS ecosystem for that matter. Great little booth that you guys have here. I'm saying little, but it's massive. I mean, we're up on the second level here. So help me.
You have a bird's eye view of what's going on. It's amazing, right?
We have these great things around us and everything, even some plants, which is, nice greenery in
very homey
in the desert. So let's kind of dive in a little bit into this and understand what's really new in this entire space, because you guys were really, leaning in. You have one of your flagship accounts here in Fox, who's leaned into you guys and partnered up, as you guys are now the AI cloud platform of choice for Fox.
Yes.
So, and that has to do a lot with the Elemental AI product set and service. Why don't you kind of help us unpack that a little bit?
Yeah, look, agentic AI is transforming the media and entertainment industry, and AWS is the preferred cloud provider and the trusted cloud provider by many companies. And so you're talking about the Fox announcement, and I think one of the really interesting stats that continues to resonate in my mind is that Gen Z is spending 88% of their time consuming video vertically, right, on their phone, right? So if you think about that, every live broadcaster is really now competing with TikTok, Instagram Reels, right, YouTube Shorts, and this is a real opportunity for live broadcasters to get in the game in a meaningful way. And so we've been powering the streaming revolution for at least the last 10 years with our Elemental suite of products. And we're doing exactly the same with Elemental Inference, which is one of our latest services that we've announced.
Yeah.
So and we announced it with Fox, so as you were saying. So
which is fantastic, and I screwed up the name, and it's Elemental Inference, not Elemental AI. But I think people look at this whole thing about inference, and the long tail for agentic AI is really inference. It's how do you actually utilize the product? We say that, and again, the models are great, but the models aren't where the rubber meets the road or the customer for these people. When you look at how organizations are really utilizing this and what's really gaining their preference when they say, hey, I want to come here, because Fox is massive and they have a lot of choices. There's thousands and thousands of vendors here. What drove Fox to really come to you and come in this direction? Again, you talked about Gen Z and things like that with the 88% watching vertically. What really was the impetus for that, and how did they gain the trust in AWS in this arena, in the M&E arena?
Yeah, sure. So, we've had a long-standing relationship with Fox. They took a look at their data and recognized in their Digital One platform 90% of the consumption that was digital and vertical. And so it actually started as part of a hackathon project, but this idea of the verticalizing video immediately in the same live production stream. So I think you see VOD happening with verticalized production, but this is actually taking a live stream and not only outputting like 16:9, but also 9:16, all with the same stream. And it's not actually just Fox Sports that sees us as that AI, cloud provider for them. It's across all of Fox's corporation. And so that's sports, it's news, it's a broadcast team, and the Fox Digital One platform.
That's impressive. I think when you look at how big they are and how influential. I mean, I think this must help them drive efficiencies of scale and actually see the ROAI, as I like to say. So, the return on AI, which is really key to, I think, what 2026 is going to be. And I think inference is definitely, so I think elemental inference is really getting into this game at the right time. One of the last things to kind of wrap up with, kind of tell me about Wonder and what that has to do and how all that goes together.
Yeah, well, we'll go from big size corporations to how AWS helps smaller teams, right, and content creators. And so we actually have created a production, like a studio production company called Innovative Dreams, and this is in collaboration with Luma AI. Okay. Wonder Project, and that's John Irwin. So he was the producer of House of David. That's an example, right? And really what we're doing with them is real-time hybrid filmmaking, right? So this is about taking live performance capture and being able to do that in a way with AI-driven first, with like volumetric walls, utilizing AI and utilizing visual effects all at the same time, so that the artist can feel like they're performing in the environment in which is going to actually be shown on the screen at the end of the film.
Oh, this is amazing. I think when you start to look at this and how it will help to really push the entire industry, I think there's a lot going on and it's really exciting. So thanks for coming on board and sharing with me.
Great, we're in a pivotal moment and AWS is here to be the AI cloud provider of choice. So
excellent.
Wonderful, thank you.
And you heard it here from NAB. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned.